The second mouse gets the cheese. Stay tuned, traders. We'll be right back. G'day traders, Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. Non-farm payrolls Friday in Perth. Beautiful sunny day. I think spring has sprung. We're getting some warm weather now, and although we may be at the tail end of winter, I think summer's definitely coming. So tonight, non-farm payrolls. It'll be first thing in the morning for those of you overseas. And one of the things about a few of the emails I've received regarding trading payrolls and interest rates, etc. I don't get in front of the news. I stick to my normal strategies, but I'm aware that on those days that it's very high probability that there could be stop runs on both ends of the scales. And I still monitor the charts to see how they set up, to monitor over the course of the day if we do have extremes in place where they could certainly pip out positions that get in early. One of the things about most trades is that as a retail trader, we fight the urge of always wanting to get in and not miss out, fear of missing out on a really good trade, or fear of losing out on taking profits, and watching trades run away or getting in too soon and then end up getting stopped out only to see the market continue in its original direction. So I really, I've been working on just really focusing more and more on market maker activity and just daily highs and lows and sticking to my strategies that, the bread and butter stuff. And there's been some huge moves this week in all the British pound crosses. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get chunks of the big moves, but I've been able to capture parts of some of the cross rates moves, and it's been a good week for that. Every single day there's something new to learn. We've all heard the analogy, the second mouse gets the cheese. Now, I've been the first mouse in lots of cases in the past, over anxious, fear of missing out on a move taking off without me, seeing that the big move was going to happen and taking on too much leverage, only to see the market immediately turn around as soon as I get in and stop me out with a larger loss than I was hoping for because I was too focused on the profits that I was going to get out of that trade. Trading is a lifelong journey of mastering your own emotions, and I talk about Peter Brandt all the time, and one of the reasons that I do so is because if you're not following Peter on Twitter, or if you haven't read his books or follow his Factor newsletter blog, I encourage you to do so. Peter's been trading for 40 years. He's a classical chartist. But more than anything, Peter's approach to trading is purely from the perspective of executing his trades. And he has no attachment to the outcome of any individual trade. And I'm sure that took Peter a long time to master that, because when you're trading your own money, of course there's an attachment to the outcome of each trade. But more importantly, if you have practiced proper risk management and I love what Peter does. He has his best dressed list, and before he places a trade, he always asks himself a question: would I be prepared to hold this trade up a year from now as one of my best dressed trade list examples? Regardless of the outcome, does this fit the criteria, and would I be executing my plan according to the rules as set out for this particular chart setup? And so that's the mindset that I try to get myself into every single day. Not worried about the dollars and cents, because I know every single day the dollars and cents are there in every pair. It doesn't matter what pair that is on the market. You could go through any chart and find a trade on that particular day, probably on any time frame. So it's critical that you really harness those skills and focus on executing your trading plan. And if you're letting emotions get into the picture, that's where the first mouse comes in. That's what leads us into making mistakes that can be critical, not only in terms of judging the trade setup, but also having a lopsided emotional orientation, attaching yourself to the outcome of any particular trade. We talk about this in the 7-step daily routine for high performance traders. If you haven't done so, go to my homepage, download it. It's an audio file. The whole purpose of that is to hold yourself accountable to the daily disciplines that a master trader will develop en route to becoming a master trader. Those things don't happen by accident. You can take a lot of risk on trade setups because you want to hit the home run and break the bank, but ultimately that will backfire on you and blow up your trading account. The pure trader, the master trader, is focused on mastering his craft. And in that sense, there's no such thing as the first or second mouse. There's just flawless execution of your trading plan. And I really encourage you to practice that every single day, because if you deviate from that, at some point you're going to be engaging in behavior that's going to ultimately do some kind of damage either to your psychological capital or to your financial capital. And that takes time. Sometimes it just takes little incremental improvements in your trading skills to give you some aha moments where you can step back and be less attached, because you know that there's great trades every single week. You know that all you have to do is stick to your trading plan. And regardless if you've missed some really big moves in other pairs, stick to the pairs that you know that you've established your trading plan around. Doesn't mean you can't look at other opportunities when they present, but don't worry about chasing things. The trades are going to keep coming. I've been following the markets for 20 years. Every single week, there's big opportunities. And even if you miss something, it's okay. It's going to be here next week. Don't be too concerned about being over anxious or being, afraid of missing out on a move or getting in too late or not having enough size on a trade. Focus on executing your trading plan. So hopefully you got some value from today's video, traders. Non-farm payrolls. I don't trade the news per se by itself, but I'll be following my charts to see if there's any ideal setups heading into the news. However, I will be a bit guarded if there's a setup just prior to the release of the news. So again, if you're not doing so, follow Peter Brand on Twitter. There's some great people out there. Just every day, some good charts. Just little reminders about mastering your craft and focusing on flawless execution of your trading plan. Stay disciplined, stay focused, keep getting better, and may the markets go with you.
Hi traders, it's Stacy Burke from Stacy Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at stacyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, The 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.